Sponsored by DavisMusicPro.com. It's comedy by coincidence. It's episode something, man. Tremendous. Oh, the donuts.
Chris, say something.
I did. The most chaotic show on earth, you know. You left it up to me. What's happening, people?
Okay, my audio's not skipping. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, what's
Who's-
good?
I was supposed to be making jokes then, but I thought I was going crazy because I thought I heard you say stuff, and then I would, am supposed to say stuff, and
No,
then it
it's
was
okay.
just like I thought I had schizophrenia for real there for a second. You know, I thought this was the beginning of the downhill slide. You know.
Oh, this is tremendous. 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 This is tremendous.
We get early onset dementia because of the podcast. I can
Yeah,
see it.
yeah, you know, there hasn't been, it's been, let me see here. I am 28 years old, so it's 27 years and 50 weeks solid of wearing hearing aids. So I've always had like electrical shit around my brain,
Yeah.
and I'm just wondering one day, you know, will that prevent me from becoming a cyborg? You know, like, is that because I'm already like half a cyborg because
Yeah.
my ears don't work right, you know, and I have the electrical things to make it right. But like, will that fuck up my brain enough that I can't like get a mechanical arm one day? You know, it's,
Are you more predispositioned to not be addicted to your phone because you were already part cyborg? Here's the deal, buddy. We're all part cyborg with how much we rely on these tiny computers in our pockets. You know what I mean? Pretty soon, those Google Lens and they'll find a way to have the computer up here instead of just in our pocket. You know, and that's kind of crazy. And I'm not about it.
exactly.
I'm not with it, bro.
I think the phone is more tendance to it's going to create more hunchback, probably more trolls. You know, I'm not talking the internet trolls. I'm talking like legit hunched over bridge trolls
Yeah,
with
troll-looking.
everybody's posture and everything.
You know, like that bus driver, that one bus driver you had that was a little creepy looking, but was ultimately a good dude. Probably a vet, too, and you just didn't know because you were a shit-ass little kid. So,
I'm gonna stop your roll right there and just say that one bus driver. No, that was
that
every
was all
bus
of them.
driver.
Right. Yeah. You know exactly. Everybody has one. What?
Everybody has one. I guess I'm, you know, once again screwed by the fates that rule this planet, and I've never gotten a good bus driver.
Oh.
Let's be honest. And I've ridden, you know, the short bus, the medium bus, and the long bus. I've had that exclusive privilege. I've yet to find somebody that once classified for every single length of bus in a public school system, and all of them were trolls. Not a good bus driver thing. It's not, you know, I would love for it to be the new hot chick job. You know, like they were flight
Yeah.
attendants and then they were medical pill salesmen. I would love for bus drivers to take it over. Maybe we'll have less like creatures out there if, you know, you wake up and you're going to school, you got to learn something and you get, you know, some eye candy at the start of the day, it might brighten the day up for everybody.
I mean, that's what them
Um,
them thick ass middle school teachers are for, though. You know what I mean?
well,
I
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
had a couple thicky middle school teachers that definitely
hmm
took my attention
That's
away
fair.
from learning, for sure.
And I do want to say for our listeners, it is not a sexist thing I'm proposing. All right, I'm not. It's not female exclusivity. We can get some men in there who look
Yeah.
beautiful. There are some beautiful men
Yeah.
out there, and they know how to drive a bus. So let's hire them to drive the bus as well. You know, it's not just a female thing. Get your
Like-
head out of the gutters.
Works
You
as a
motherfuckers.
bus driver, moonlights at Hollister. You know what I mean? Like, what you going Abercrombie, Fitch, whatever. The
Mhm,
Nordstrom
mhm.
rack. We're gonna get sued. I would, if we got a sponsorship from like Nordstrom or something, what would we even do? Because neither of us
Nordstrom.
would
I
shop there.
I would start wearing scarves again. That would happen.
That would-
They got some fantastic scarves. I would totally rock that. But I gotta be honest, I've never been inside of a Nordstrom, so I'd have to
No,
start there and actually go
Be a
figure out what they're
culture
about.
shock. Be like ending up in North Korea. It'd be that much of a culture shock for me, dude. What do I even do here? You know those? You know how like the Apple Store doesn't have a checkout counter?
Yeah, that bugs the fuck out of me.
Throws me off. But new agey places that are like, no, you pay wherever. I'm like, what do you mean?
It's
Well,
like the only pay wherever situation is acceptable is at restaurants.
exactly.
You know, where they like bring the pay machine to your table, instead of like walking and fucking off with your card to steal your information. No, they bring the machine to you. They're a full service waiter. They bring the food, they bring the drinks, and they bring the machine that takes your money.
Yeah.
That's where it's okay. In the middle of a technology store, you lost me there, bud. No, I need a checkout stand. I want a fancy bag. I want some lady whose job is to handle every single piece of merchandise that's leaving the store. Just like that security control person who's just like, this is what you got. This is like, here's the warranty and everything. I don't want some college student who just like conned me into getting the extended warranty for no reason and just being like, all right, well, you can just swipe on my personal phone and yeah, there you go. You're all paid for. Have a good day there, bud. No, I don't want that. I want somebody who can like give me a paper receipt, like give me physical evidence that this is mine before I leave the store that is notorious
Right.
for getting robbed.
Right, because
know?
on my
You know
way
what
out,
I mean?
somebody's definitely going to question me or you. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah, no,
yeah, for sure.
I've been looking criminal for many years. I am a yeah, I have that look about me.
Let's see. What was I going to say? I don't even remember, bro. So you're surviving Saudi Arabia, bro, and it sounds like you're working again over there, which means the like technical issues y'all were having that were keeping y'all from running are resolved.
Mhm.
Is that accurate?
We have working machines now, which is
Okay.
big step one, and the show will go on, which is fantastic news. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm being distracted by your beautiful chair, man. Is
Oh.
that the chair that was in the corner, and then you brought that on? Because you should keep it.
No, I got 2 new chairs for when I have guests on, so they're
Ooh,
matching
nice.
and they're kind of dope. So
I like it. The old school. It's like you got something new and something old going on. Like you're getting married to this podcast. You got your old chair right there, and then it looks like you got a new tie dye on, rocking it. I really like that tie dye.
oh, thank you.
Looks like a tie dye.
This one is like one of the non-tie dyes I have. It's a weird like geometrical pattern shirt that my mother-in-law got me, and shout out to her. Thanks, Becky. I always get complimented on it, so thank you, bro. But
That's
Woo!
good mother-in-law
All right.
you got there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, and a good father-in-law, and a pretty good set of parents myself. And hey, I wanted to shout your mom out for being such a hoss. She's our savage of the week and our listener
Oh.
of the week. And thank you for your donation for getting the next audio audio device going here. We almost have it ordered.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, my mom is a savage. She surprisingly cares with the amount of crap that I've given her over the years. I'm really surprised that she still looks out and listens to the podcast every week. Same as my dad. I'm surprised they're as supportive as they are. You know, I'm really surprised, but you know, shout out to them.
Yeah.
Really
so- and shout out to them.
So-
Thank you so much again.
Dr. Evil, do we have we need a sound bite where Joey Diaz says savage, because he says it in such a succinct, beautiful way.
Bet I'll grab one.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Excellent. Because I like the savage of the week. Let's start that. Let's keep that going, because that would be awesome.
That would
What do
be
you
awesome.
think?
It's an easy one for sure. It's just like shouting out a random homie every week, so it's pretty easy.
Exactly. I think we should name contestants. You know, starting with the homeless guy in the corner for next week, because he's out there hustling every single day. You know,
Look,
trying
man,
to get it done.
if you want to be next week's Savage of the Week, just get your boy a sandwich, and I'm all in it, bro. You're top of the
Exactly.
line,
It's I think we can clearly state our bias that bribes to become the savage of the week is welcome and
Yes.
expected. So
Yes.
You know.
You want your business shouted out? You want your business to be the Savage of the Week? Monetary donations. No.
exactly.
That'd be
You
tight.
know, we're
gotta
still
figure
working
out-
towards that donut, and we expect all the listeners to spread the word as best they can. You know, we're trying to find some ride and die bitches, and in that core group of ride and die bitches, we need. I mean, not saying that our listeners are bitches, but you get what I mean. Like, love you guys. We're really looking for a core group of people that are willing to just go out and extort a lot of money for us.
Yes.
You know, just go out and
Tremendous.
get the podcast out there, get us some dough, maybe get us like a
Extort
cool
for
poster that I'll
me.
travel around. You know, sandwiches are also welcome.
If you listen to this podcast, chances are you're a bitch. No, I'm playing. I really messed that fucking one up. That's not what I wrote down. Y'all are tremendous, man.
It's,
Jesus Christ.
Oof. How are I was listening to I think it was Andrew Schultz, and he was on either Joe Rogan or Tim Dillon, one of those podcasts where that group of comedians all get on each other's, and he said that if you want to see some of the worst poverty in the United States, you should go to St. Louis. What is your gut reaction, Chris? Go.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, kind of true. That's one of St. Louis's biggest problems is the financial diversity divide. You know, I think that's what they call it, the Great Divide in St. Louis. Dr.
The
Evil-
Del Mar Divide?
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean that's part of it, and that's definitely and you'll see that, man. One side of Del Mar is built up and is a tourist attraction, and literally on the other side of the street light, you'll see tenements and tent cities, and it is pretty gnarly. And especially, I mean, everybody warns you about East St. Louis, right? You've even told me a story or two about East St. Louis, bro. I have my own, but the deal is, yeah, you want to see the worst poverty in the world? Go, not in the world, but in America, go over there. Check it out.
Okay.
It's definitely scary at night.
It's really
dude.
a humbling
Yeah.
experience driving through the different municipalities of the city and county at night.
Because you have
It's a stark difference between different areas.
on the way there, you could have driven through Frontenac or taking Mason
Okay.
to get to 64, and those are like the most expensive houses in the frickin' city. Some of them in the nation. And some of them are
So-
probably,
We're gonna have to go get some tacos and hand them out or something.
Something.
Give out to the people. Recommend the podcast. I like this idea.
yeah.
Not during the night. During the day, you already said you don't want to be out there at the night.
Yeah.
So
But
get some
St. Louis is
tacos.
also a bigger city than people give it credit for, and the county makes it extend so far. But the county is also like, that same kind of mentality, man. You'll have some of the poorest frickin' apartment complexes, and then the entire I attribute St. Louis County to white Karen bitches. Okay.
Okay.
And you want to have trouble? That's who's starting. For real.
At least West County for sure.
Yeah, where we're from. So
Different parts of the
Different
county are a
parts.
little different.
And this is where I need to apologize for the listener for bringing down the entire mood of the podcast and making it about real issues.
you get me talking.
I'm just here.
You get me running. Oh, shit. No, but I do love St. Louis, dude. I really do, and I think it's some of it's a goddamn shame, but I do think that there are initiatives and systems that are being worked on here, especially it's definitely not the same police force that we had when the Ferguson riots went down too. You know what I mean? That shit's
Yeah,
changed
yeah.
a whole lot. But yeah, let's get
So
off St. Louis a little bit. I still like it. It's got its charms, but yeah, it's not for everybody.
Okay, so sounds like things just like everywhere else, when
It's
the
got
economy
its
shut down
issues,
the
man.
past year, things got particularly fucked, and then now we've systems are changing to adjust to the new reality, and it's just going to take some time to work out all the wrinkles.
Oh yeah.
You know,
And it's not like other places don't have their issues too, man. Look at Seattle. They had a war, a basic Remember during this freaking quarantine when Seattle literally made a demilitarized zone, and we're trying to govern themselves and kicked out all the police, and it was insanity.
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
Tremendous. Okay, but yeah, Seattle's got its issues. LA's
no,
definitely got its issues, bro.
I remember that it was the Capitol Hill. I don't know. They called it the Chop Zone, and then it became the Chaz Zone,
Yeah.
where basically the police got the fuck out because they were all about to die. And then I walked down there.
I kind of forgot your parents
just-
moved to Seattle. That wasn't a rip towards them. I bet Seattle's lovely, and the sea lions.
No.
know.
Let's be honest. Seattle is a bleak hellhole of a place that you gotta love the clouds and the rain, and
I love
free
rain,
love.
so I do fine up there. I think.
And it's not for me. I discovered my year there that I can never return. I can visit. I can visit and deal with clouds for a week, but I love the sun too much, and I like weather. So I like sunny days. I like rainy days. I don't like cloudy days for 300 days in a row. I just can't survive that way. But anyway, we went down to the Chop Zone, and it was at the peak of the Black Lives Matter movement and everything like that. And the first thing I noticed and commented on was that they were all about the Black Lives Matters movement, and yet there was a white Jesus walking around. I'm talking full robe, beard, long hair, white Jesus walking around. And I was like,
Why not
this
black
might be
Jesus?
a little racist.
Yeah.
But I thought black people believed in black Jesus, so what's this white Jesus walking around for?
Well, he
You know,
can
it
very
was just-
well exist there in blackface Jesus. You know what I mean? So like,
Exactly. It's just I was
You know.
confused about the whole thing, and then I
he's
saw
just
the heroin
doing what he
tent.
can.
Yeah, it's I figured out what it was all about. They really just after a year of nobody being able to buy drugs, the drug dealers just took over a city block so that way they could just sell drugs in the tents, make drugs all in the same spot, ruin a beautiful park. Maybe graffiti up a police station, have some fun. Maybe draw a big dildo with
Jesus
drugs
Christ.
shooting out of it or something. It really just became a place of evening partying and drugs until they decided that pictures weren't allowed because the heroin and the crack and the cocaine got a little too strong and everybody got paranoid, and then everything just went downhill from there because they forgot that drugs in moderation are okay.
But
And that's the moral of that story.
okay. So like I said, every place has got its issues, man. Like,
Yeah.
For sure. Even the places you go on vacation, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's nice to visit. Wouldn't want to stay there.
Yes. I mean, it's I've been working and poking holes in this idea that I have that assholes exist everywhere and nice people exist everywhere. How you present yourself determines which category you fall into at any given point in time. You can switch teams, but you know which team you're on usually.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you don't know which team you're on, your name is Karen, and you need to change that name.
No, Karens for sure know their place in the world a little too well.
I don't know,
But-
man. That's a hard sell. Hard sell for me.
So yeah, bro. Looking forward to having you back in the States. How what's your like countdown? How many more days you got out there?
Well, it is Sunday, and then I will be flying out. Not next Sunday, not the follow. I have. Let me see. There's 14 days in a week still, right? So I have 16 days until I am out of here.
Tremendous. So you're almost there. Almost 2 weeks, dude.
Almost 2 weeks. Almost there. I think 2 weeks Tuesday I will be heading back to the United States, and then 2 weeks Wednesday I will be headed towards St. Louis.
Sweet. Excited, dude.
So
It'll be a
it'll
good time.
be fantastic. It'll be wonderful. I do. You mentioned East St. Louis, and for those that have never had the glorious opportunity of hearing East St. Louis stories, can you regale us with your best East St. Louis story?
Okay. So it's my junior year prom. Okay, and I'm taking my future wife and one of her friends to prom. Okay, I'm just giving her friend a ride, kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm expected to give them a ride back, because you don't bring someone in somewhere and then you leave them, right? You don't do that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like 11 o'clock at night on a Saturday, and we're fitting to leave the prom thing, which was like in downtown, like right by the riverfront. So right by Busch Stadium and like 2 blocks from the river, which is basically Illinois, you know what I mean? So we're trying to get back on the highway, and my future wife directs me onto the highway going across the bridge into Illinois on the last exit, which is fine.
In my defense,
Maps is a bitch.
did not,
Maps is a shitty bitch.
did not give me warning that the highway was about to split off, and did not tell me to exit until the highway had already branched.
Yeah.
For time
So-
frame reference, this was like I'm shooting
God.
10, 12 years ago.
We're like
we
10
were
years ago?
probably you were probably
2013.
16 at the
Yeah,
time.
2013.
So you just
Okay.
we
Crazy.
both like freshly
8 years
started
ago. So this
driving.
was pre Google tracking. All right, so
Yeah. Stop.
Maps fucked up a lot back then.
Yeah, and so we decide we're heading, we're like crossing the river straight into East St. Louis. I'm like, well, we gotta turn around. I should have just driven like the extra 10 miles to Collinsville and turned around up there, but we just took one exit, and all of the street lights were just flashing red. So I didn't stop at a single one. It was just like, keep going. You got two dressed up really nice looking girls in a blue Volkswagen, dude. Just keep going. Find the fucking... Here's the other scary thing about East St. Louis is that they will move the road signs. Like you'll see interstate signs that are like blue that have the arrows directing you which way to find the exits, They'll move those to get you extra lost, so you end up on, gang turf and shit. It's terrible. So, you're not, especially after dark, you're not supposed to stop, man. Especially if those lights be flashing like that.
But it's a confusing place even in the daytime. Similarly, I got lost during a work function one summer and ended up taking the bridge into East St. Louis accidentally. And I pull up to a four-way intersection at the same time as another car, and they pull up directly to my right, so technically they should have the right-of-way. Well, this guy gets out of his car, removes a banana from his pocket, and begins yelling at it in the intersection. And so I just keep on moving. I don't ask any questions. I don't wait around to see how this is going to play out. I'm just like, all right, too weird for me. Let's press on.
Did you hear what he was yelling?
No, I did not. You don't stop and look. You don't stop and look. Because if they catch you staring, you're going to get brought into the fold. Not my business. Keep going.
I understand the philosophy, but I'm just wondering, like, what was so important? Like, where did he think he was? Like, did he think he was just got to the office and, the office turned into an intersection and his banana's a cell phone? Like, is there bath salts?
And I do not care to ask.
We need to go find this guy so I can get his side of the story of how he ended up talking into a banana like he's on Fairly Odd Parents whenever they go to the monkey world, and the bananas are actually cell phones, and bananas are cars and stuff like that.
Truly, honestly, I don't know that it's worth the risk, and I don't know that you'd find him even if you did go down there. But Godspeed, Ty.
I will risk a arm stabbing. I'll risk an appendage getting stabbed for this background story. Not the torso. Let's be very clear here. I'll even do an ass cheek stabbing to get this backstory.
I don't think they're gonna give you the option.
Jesus.
I've been known to negotiate very poorly on occasion. We'll see what I can do.
So I had to fucking chase him down, tackle him.
Let me see. The East St. Louis story that I have, I was not there. It was my parents, but it ties in very well with your story of them moving the road signs.
Yeah.
All right, so let me see here. Back in, I want to say the 2001 range, somewhere in there, St. Louis had two bridges going across the river right there. I think one was the Martin Luther King Bridge, and then the other was like the George Washington Bridge, if I'm remembering right, or something like that.
So yeah, sort of.
Yeah. So one was slated for destruction, and then one is brand spanking new, and they opened it up.
Yeah.
The one that was slated for destruction, like it was supposed to have concrete barricades, signs, everything that stops you from going over the bridge. My family just moved from Colorado to Illinois. We moved to 30 minutes outside of Springfield, Illinois, Jacksonville, Illinois. And my parents were like, we're going to go explore St. Louis, have ourselves a day, fuck the kids. We're going to give them to the neighbors, right?
Yeah.
So I'm over at the
Gypsies.
neighbor's house, and then the
Gypsies,
next day,
yeah.
my parents get back, and they're like, "We never made it to St. Louis." It's
no.
like we drove down there, and then we ended up circling St. Louis for 4 hours on the Illinois side because they can never get they couldn't find the bridge to get into St. Louis. So they ended up in East St. Louis, just driving around all day
Jesus.
trying to figure out where they can see the bridge, but they can't figure out how to get the fuck on the bridge, right? And then
about
finally
right.
they find a bridge entrance, and they're like, "Thank God!" And they roll up on the bridge, and then they immediately think something's wrong because my mom looks out the window and then sees through the bridge to the river, like where there's supposed to be concrete, there's no concrete. It's just not straight shot down to the water. She could have spat an ad to the water. That's what I'm saying. They get to the midway point of the bridge, and then there's a gang member sitting there. You know how they dress. That's
Yeah.
bandanas basically,
Sure.
and says it's 50 cents to keep going. And my parents are like, "Well, we need to get into St. Louis so we can get some dinner, eat, do something with our day." Give them 50 cents. Get to the far end of the bridge. There's another gang member and another toll booth that they set up, and he's like, "It's $2 to get off the bridge."
Oh.
To this day, my parents are the only people I know of that has ever paid to get into St. Louis. No,
Sounds like
are
there
no
were a few other
tolls.
people who got tolls that week too from but Jesus Christ. But that's what they do, man. They'll move the signs, and especially back then when you only had the one or two ways in. Yeah, bro.
Mhm.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what but okay. So
Had something similar happen on the way back from Atlanta. It was in the middle of the night, and we ended up circling the perimeter of the city 6 times because they were doing construction and people were moving the detour signs.
Mhm. It's
the other one I
I
really
think
hate is
people-
Nashville. I hate driving through Nashville, dude.
you hate driving through Nashville.
Yeah, bro.
Like, is it
There's always an accident. you
Okay.
know, and there's the 40. What is that? 40?
I think so.
It's, every time I have to take 40 to get, because I'm always going from Kentucky to North Carolina. That's the route I'm taking.
Mm-hmm.
There's one point, especially on the way back, dude, where 40 splits up so many times, to stay on 40. So
Mm-hmm.
okay, it'll have you take a right lane exit to get onto 40, and within a mile and a half, you have to get to the far 7th lane to take a left exit. And every time I hit it, it's rush hour, so it's damn near impossible. And sometimes I have a boat trailer, so I do terrible.
So
things.
you're just out there in your
Terrible.
bug playing an advanced game of Frogger, hoping that you don't get crushed.
Never
while you
taking the
gotta
bug
traverse.
that way. I'm not that crazy. If I took the bug, I'd make it to the Smoky Mountains and then break down and have no way to get parts. You know what I mean? So if
Oh,
I ever did
man.
that,
Well,
I'd
what you
bring
gonna
a
do,
trailer
man?
Full of parts and an extra transmission and everything, bro. Damn near an extra engine. Just be ready
Oh
to go.
man, it's I mean it's
the
kind of
truth.
weird how everybody shits on other cities, like their city doesn't have problems.
Yeah,
It's-
we've talked about St. Louis's problems a lot today. I love St. Louis, but yeah, it's not unmarred from its bullshit,
I mean,
But-
see, it's name a city in the U.S. and then there's gonna be a problem that somebody doesn't like. Name a city in the world. There are gonna be problems that you're not gonna like.
Okay, here's one for you. You ever been to Colorado Springs?
Colorado Springs, beautiful place, fantastic.
Amazing.
Bought my first legal marijuana there.
Right.
And it was delicious.
Tremendous.
Delicious.
Can't drive. 719 can't drive. And that's a thing they got out there. And here's the deal. Here's how you really know it's bad. Okay? I
Mhm.
want to start by saying if I could move anywhere with a shitload of money, be Colorado Springs.
Okay.
Two things. Like I said, most beautiful city. It's very temperate, very nice people. The people are so friendly out there. I will say,
Mhm.
like every place else we've talked about. It's got its shit. It never rains there, so 300 plus days of the year, no rain, all sunshine. I love the rain. I'd rather be in Seattle, I think. And then B, again, nobody can drive. They changed all of the speed limits in town to 25 miles an hour, except for the one highway that leads in and out of town.
That's ridiculously slow.
Yeah, and it's because people keep fucking hitting kids out there. Seriously. Yeah. Drive.
You make it sound
here's
like
the
people are
slogan.
just
Here's the slogan. And this ain't no bullshit either, guys. It's the slogan out there is drive 25, keep kids alive. For real, for real. Like, I saw that on a bunch of people's trash cans, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
You make
Fuck,
it
get your
sound like
shit
they're trying to
together.
get rid of the town sport of, hitting kids with
kids,
cars
it's,
or something. It's like,
We almost got hit 4 times, and we've had friends, whose family members died out there. It's not even no joke. You know what I mean? So,
damn.
it is what
It's-
it is.
That reminds me that so basically Colorado Springs is the American equivalent of walking around the country of Morocco.
Oh my
It's
God.
like
Moroccans
the
can't drive.
group of guys that I traveled with when I went there. They're the reason why I'm alive today. I've almost gotten hit by countless of cars that I didn't see at all. They just came out of nowhere. I think they were watching the YouTubes while they were driving, which is that country's, I guess, a pastime or something. It was just
They'll just be watching the YouTubes while driving, bro. Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah, dude. Every
Savage.
single time I got into a cab there, the guy like he had lizard eyes, just one eye on YouTube, and then the other eye on the road, and then it's just like every now and then the song would be really good, so he'd start bobbing his head, and then he's totally looking at YouTube, and then fuck whoever's in front of the car. It's their fault for being in the road,
And
right?
fuck whoever's in back, because they paying me,
Exactly.
Jesus Christ. That sounds
It's
horrible.
fine.
Let's not
Fine,
take
shut
our
the fuck
comedy
up.
tour there. But I've never been out of the country. I look forward to an international tour sometime. That'd be fun. I'd love to go to Scotland or like Ireland, somewhere in there.
That just means I have to kidnap you one day.
I know we'll do it, but probably not
Yeah.
for a year or two. So
It's a huge expense to save for, especially nowadays with the added extra hidden fees of traveling and whatnot. So,
it's a bitch. So we really need your donations and or sponsorships. Shout
Tell
out
them to bring me my
Comedy
money.
Podcast.
Yeah!
Looking for sponsors, man. So,
exactly. Looking for sponsors.
Yo, we
looking
will
for-
take famous. We'll sponsor you too, man. Like, are you a famous basketball player? Are you a famous golfer? Are you a famous? You don't even gotta be famous. Are you a freaking G at NASCAR? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you down? We'll sponsor you. We'll send you Comedy by Coincidence shirts. Shirts. I'm looking at Dr. Evil like, what we got in merch? And I'm like, shirts?
Basically, ladies and gentlemen, what Chris
Tie-dyes.
is trying to get at is that if you are
Yeah,
a
comment.
security guard or someone who happens to be a janitor with a
We'll
famous
sponsor you.
sports team, or you were David Spade's assistant that tied him up. If you want to be sponsored by Comedy Coincidence, just let us know. We'll sponsor you. We'll send you a couple T-shirts. You just got to spread the word and everything like that. If you're just an average schmo who's walking down the street, we really appreciate your listen. Please spread the word about it, but you don't have any famous affiliations, so we don't need your business.
Tyler.
Is that what you're saying, Chris?
Fuck, Jack.
Yes. Some. We're not sponsoring every motherfucker out there, but we're down to, especially if you got a little bit of clout, man. If you're the best janitor in the world and you have a shit ton of clout for doing cool janitor tricks. We'll sponsor you. What are some cool janitor tricks? Like, no, let's not. What I want to ask you real quick is, what is the name of your podcast? Real quick, what's the name of your podcast? Can you tell me?
The name of my podcast?
Yeah.
The name of my podcast, like the podcast I don't do with you, the Comedy by Coincidence podcast
Yes,
that
there
we're
you
on
go.
right now.
There you go. Okay. Just checking in. Just checking in.
Are
We're
you
on
just
the same
making
page.
sure I'm sane, I'm lucid here? You know,
Yeah.
I'm just...
Well, we had that thing in the intro. Wanted to make sure that it's not, The
Oh, well,
functionality of
I-
this place is going completely downhill. Yeah. Just checking in.
I appreciate the sanity check. You know, it's very important. Very important.
I'm glad you didn't
Which,
get taken out in Morocco too, bro. This
Uh,
shit wouldn't
you
have
know,
happened. So grateful.
I'm pretty sure. Like, all right. Real talk. I'm pretty sure if I did get the COVID, which I think is almost impossible, I haven't by now. I got it in Morocco. Pretty sure. So, you know, I
Super sick out
got
there,
it in
too.
a taxi cab in Morocco, suffered through it in the slums like everybody else there, and then came back to the United States free and clear, ready to go. I'm pretty sure I got it there.
Well, when you've been doing like nasty shit your whole life, like going to Boy Scout camp, not showering for a week, not showering
Mhm.
during finals for like 2 weeks, only showering to go to the liquor store because you gotta go to a banquet later.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, whatever.
So,
You got any dates
know,
coming up, buddy?
dates? No. God's no. I'm not allowed to talk to women here. I can't ask.
No, bro.
walk
When I
around and
ask
be
you
like, "Hey,
about
wanna go to a
dates on
date?"
this show, I'm asking about your comedy career here because I'm invested.
Okay. Comedy career.
Like
yeah.
show
I have
dates,
I have. Let me see here. I'm gonna be actually
No,
the
still,
first
again.
time. The next time I will be on stage will be with in St. Louis, with whatever Chris is planning, which
shit.
will be
We're
very interesting,
Okay.
and it will be.
That wasn't a plan yet, so.
I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go for humor or disgust, because both are great and awesome with me. For the first set, if I go the disgust way, it's going to be a mighty big hole I'm going to dig for the rest of the evening. Like
Yeah.
I'm working on something here. I'm working.
Looking forward to it, my man. And
hmm
the only things I'm gonna
So-
plug. We're getting towards the end of our episode here. The only things
Oh.
I want to plug real quick. If you haven't already, check out my other podcast, Music and Motivation with Chris Davis. We had some cool guests on last week, and shit's rolling out still there too. So check it out,
Mhm.
Music and Motivation with Chris Davis. This will be coming out Monday, August 30th. So that's dope. And we'll be back next Monday, man. You know what I mean?
Excellent.
So,
Excellent.
assuming Ty keeps surviving in Saudi Arabia. Did I
Yeah,
blow it?
you know.
I mean, nobody guessed in the last like 4 episodes, so like I'm just gonna.
Yeah, it's I will reveal where I'm at when I get to St. Louis, and I know everything will be okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I don't think they will care about some white kid from America doing podcasts in their country. It's
Yeah.
just one of those. I don't know what the customs are here, because I can't go out and talk to the locals here right now because of the situation worldwide. You know, I can't figure out what the local no-nos are. So I probably already broke them. I just don't want to get arrested before I get to leave, you know?
Exactly. So.
The,
We'll talk
the
more about
basic the basic gist is that this country does not give a fuck where you are from, and if you break the law, you are gonna suffer the consequences. So I've been a very good boy, except for minor offenses like jaywalking, because nobody cares about the lights anyway.
But here's the deal. They'll cut. We'll talk more about it when you're back, my man. Let's not
Exactly.
jinx it before then. Till then, y'all have a tremendous week. Okay, thanks for listening to today's podcast, and you know,
One more shout out to the Savage of the Week, my mother, out there killing it and helping us get better audio for all you guys.
so I did a bunch to try to get it to work this time, and we're gonna see how it sounds this week. And probably gonna order one tomorrow if I didn't salvage this shit. So wish us luck, everybody. Have a good week, man. This has been Comedy by Coincidence. Y'all are tremendous. Be good. Peace.